We should go our separate ways, but now you're back, begging for our place to stay. Oh, it's not right. I wanna kiss you when we fight, kiss you when we fight. So hit the road, babe. I don't wanna see the mess you made. I don't wanna hear about your mistakes. I just wanna live my life without you. So have a nice day, close that door and be on your way. Not much else that I wanna say. I just wanna live my life without you. Forever in the heartbeat.
with Paximus. I hope you're having a great day. I have to be honest. I'm actually struggling a little bit today. The early morning was okay. And, well, I'm just going to be real with you guys. I've been dealing with issues, like health issues, right? And it's been really difficult to get through to even just now. So in case you might not know, this channel is dedicated to everything education, and I wanted to make sure that you are aware of what this channel is all about. It's definitely about education, but this particular segment of this channel is dedicated to helping you focus, to stay productive, or simply to decompress and to relax, right? So I gotta be honest, I don't fit in the category today of focus or productivity. I fit in the category of rest and relaxation. Like, that is something actually I think I need. So all that to lead up to what I was about to say is that for those who don't know about kind of my story, I deal with panic attack disorder and anxiety and depression. Like, I deal with all that stuff, and I have been for many years, really. Things haven't been like that. I haven't been feeling panicky or anything like that for years until the pandemic hit, right? And when the pandemic hit, I started to see myself kind of go almost reverting back into that mode of panic and anxiety and even depression. And I think it's just it's an accumulation of so many things, and I think we all feel it in one way or another. We all feel burned out or tired or stressed out, and I think, like, today, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because it's hashtag Pax Familia, right? So I'm gonna be real with you guys. Since the first broadcast of today, so I did a 9:50 a.m. to right now. I've literally been in panic attack mode up until this point, and in some ways still dealing with it. So all that to say is that I was going to cancel. Thank the Lord that I have a family here who is looking out for me, caring for me, telling me, hey, you should cancel, you should do this and you should do that, in an effort to help me, right? But I think there's no harm in doing one of the three options that I offered as part of the reason why we're here. One is to do some sort of focus, some sort of productivity, or rest and relaxation. I fit in that category. So if you see that I am not doing anything, it's because I'm resting. And I would encourage you, if you feel like you need rest and relaxation, then by all means do that. You're in the right place at the right time. I'll still play music. The live stream will be open. We have my trusty sidekick here, and his name is Linus, although you're kind of seeing a different angle of him right now. There you go. And what's great about Linus and great about dogs in general is that they're very affectionate, they're very caring, and they know when something's up. You know what I mean? They know when something's going on, and it's quite interesting how when you are dealing with issues and they kind of pick up on it. It's amazing. So today's been really difficult, to just say the least. But I feel good enough to where we can be here and I can play some tunes because it is hashtag Pax Familia. And I truly want to thank each and every one of you for being here on this live stream, hanging out with us, with me and Linus. And this is meant to be a very relaxing environment as well. So I'm going to do the very best I can to do that. And I appreciate you guys, hearing me out, because it's, today's different. It's different. And I just needed to make sure that you guys were aware that if I, for whatever reason, look different or sound different, it's because I'm dealing with some stuff. But I think it's important to let you know and let you be aware that it's okay if you're dealing with stuff. And, especially with like panic attack disorder, anxiety disorder, those things will happen. But what I've learned so far is never let that get you down. And when those things happen, you just got to fight it. You just got to do the best you can to say, you know what? If I have a panic attack, I have a panic attack. If I have a headache, I have a headache. These things happen a lot to, I think, a lot of us, to where we don't feel even comfortable in our own skin. I've heard that a lot lately from teachers on Instagram, that they're dealing with a lot of anxiety, a lot of panic, a lot of issues that they didn't even know that they had, and they're starting to come up to the surface because of the pandemic, right? So, but anyways, I'm getting long-winded, so I apologize, guys. But I do want to say thank you truly from the bottom of my heart for all the stuff that you guys have been doing behind the scenes, and I literally mean a lot. You've been promoting this YouTube channel. You've been putting it on Facebook, on Instagram. Just you guys have gone above and beyond, and I'm truly thankful for just the love and support. So, yeah, I thought I'd at least let you know what issues I'm kind of dealing with today. And in most cases, I'm not feeling like that, but today's especially hard. So, but I mean, I'm looking at the chat, and man, that's awesome that you guys are here. And I love the hashtag Pax Familia. That's awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Any prayers? If you believe in the power of prayer, the way that I do, and the way that like my family does, I mean, whatever prayer or vibe you want to send my way, please do. That would be welcomed for sure. So, what is rest, man? I don't know what that is. Yeah, I know, right? Rest is something that is a bit unusual to me nowadays, but I think I'm going to be dedicated to making sure that I find time to rest. If I were to tell you guys that I would not do that, then I'm hurting not only myself, I'm no good to anybody around me. So I need to make sure that I do what I can to be able to rest and care for myself, my health, and then that way I can do the cool stuff that we've been doing for for this it's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and it's been wonderful. Just the love and support you guys have been giving me is amazing. Hashtag Linus, which, by the way, earlier today, we rolled out something for Linus. So I thought it'd be kind of cool for this week to try something new and try something different. And it's pretty much one of those things where I had no idea if it would work or not. And I decided to do like a Venmo thing where if anybody wanted to support this channel, they could, because my Venmo is located at the bottom where the description is. And it basically says if you wanted to donate to Paximus Enterprises, you can, and by doing so, it doesn't matter what amount of money it is, but by doing so, you would be giving Linus, my dog, treats, and you get to pick the treats. You get to pick because there's 3 different treats that he has. He's got like a healthy treat. He's got a I guess you could. It's a brand new treat that he's never tried. Which earlier today, someone donated to so that we would give him treats, and he liked that treat. So now it's no longer a new treat. But then there's another treat where it's like his chocolate. It's like his favorite dish. Basically, it's his favorite treat of all time. So if you feel inclined to ever support this channel and support what we do on this channel and just be part of this channel, again, there's no pressure. I don't want you to feel like you're obligated to donate, but just to let you know that the link is at the bottom of the or where the description is. So if you feel like you ever want to donate and then also give Linus treats, you get not only the recognition like that but you also get this little sound bite.
I'm elected school president. I will demand immediate improvements. I will demand across the board wage increases for custodians, teachers, and all administrative personnel. And any little dog who happens to wander onto the playground will not be chased away, but will be welcomed with open arms.
So I thought I'd share that with you guys. It's one of those things where listening to the Peanuts gang and everything, that makes me happy. I love that type of those old cartoons, and I mean, hence the reason why I also named him Linus. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. And I don't know if you could tell, but I'm playing some ambient sounds in the background. The ambient sounds were meant to be kind of like a replica, if you will, sort of what a cafe would sound like. And I did that because I was like, I kind of miss being in a cafe and, sipping some, I don't know, some coffee with, having a cup of Java with a friend of mine, And so, yeah, I thought I'd do that and then play some music every now and then, kind of space it out a little bit. What I do know is never to play both at the same time because it could be a little too distracting. And I love the feedback that I got earlier this morning. So that was very helpful. Okay, I promise we'll get into this study, and I promise you'll listen to music, and it'll be great. So, anyways, guys, and I totally appreciate the support and the kind messages you're leaving on the chat. Yep, my mom's dog is up my butt. But when I'm having a bad day or depressed, dogs are awesome. Yep, I agree. I want to thank you guys. Thank you so much. You can always hit me up if you need to chat, brother. I love that. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you very much. Wow. Man. That's crazy. I appreciate that, guys. That really does mean a lot to me. Like I mentioned before, earlier in the broadcast, as a matter of fact, Solar Gravity, who is here, he donated, and a quick shout out to Eric. Thank you so much for doing that. Linus was able to have treats and he loved it, and I loved it because I got to see him have treats. I try and give him treats every now and then, of course. Yeah. So, Eric, the Great and Powerful. I like that. I like that one. That's good. Yep. Hashtag Linus. Hashtag treats for Linus. Okay, guys. So you've heard me talk enough. And thank you so much for your prayers. And thank you so much for your willingness to support me. And yeah, just the love and support. I mean, I don't know what else to say except thank you. It really means a lot. Okay, I promise we'll play music and then we'll literally do like our Pomodoro technique. Like I mentioned before, I think I'm gonna take it easy today and not work so hard on my homework stuff. Eric knows pretty well. He heard it in my voice earlier that I was dealing with some stuff. So thank you, Eric, and the rest of you guys for just keeping an eye out. I appreciate it. Okay, so let me play some music, and I thought it would be great if I played just like really chill music, like and I mean, for the most part, we've been playing pretty laid back music, so I'm gonna try to just take it easy. But what I would love to hear is if you're working on a particular project, or if you're working with something in particular, let me know in the chat. I'd love to know what you're working on. If you're not working on anything and you're just here to kind of decompress like me, then let me know. I'd love to just kind of connect with you still. So let's see if I can bring up the music, because okay. There we go. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for being here on Meanwhile, studying with Paximus. Again, I'm gonna put the timer on if I can reach that real quick. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna put the timer on, and feel free to use the chat if you want to kind of talk back and forth and things like that. And I will be available actually to chat while we're listening to music. So if you want to talk, I'm totally open to it. So like I said, today is a little different. I'm going to take it easy and just relax. So, and Emerald Music is in the house as well. So I'm going to give her one of these. Cool. All right. So let me go ahead and play this. Hey, everybody. I'm really glad you guys are here. If you're just joining us, I wasn't even sure if I was going to be here, to be honest. And I'm giving myself permission to, if necessary, end it a little bit earlier today. But so far, I'm okay. Just hanging in there. Taking it one breath at a time. But no, seriously, it's so great to have you guys here and to kind of have the same support that I've seen since the very beginning of this YouTube segment, where I've had the pleasure of being able to connect with you and talk with you guys through the chat and even outside of the chat. Like I've been able to connect with Solar Gravity or Eric, and then Consult a Blind Guy, which is Andrew, and Hey Archer and Aaron Waller. It's been great to kind of connect with you outside of this platform as well. And for those of you who are new, I want to thank you guys so much for being here. Today's different, and I don't know if you may have caught it or not, but I was essentially talking about mental health. Excuse me. Specifically my mental health. It's been one of those days where, so let me see if I can maybe back up just a little bit. I woke up at like 2:30, something like that in the morning. Not exactly sure why, but my body just said, all right, you're done. You're done sleeping. You just need to wake up. So I woke up and I stayed in bed a little bit longer just to see if I can go back to bed. And no, I couldn't. And then I had another project. I have a client, as a matter of fact, who I am working on their video, and I'm doing film editing for their video. And so that was weighing on my mind for some reason. The kind of work I do for that is not really hard. Well, at least in my opinion, it's not. Maybe because of the experience I have. So doing it's really simple. It's not hard. But it felt hard today. And I was supposed to turn it in early this morning and just got super busy and didn't have the chance to. So then I did this live stream earlier in the morning, and I think it was by the time we hit, let's see, it was towards the end of the first 25 minutes of the Pomodoro technique, in which I was like, I feel it already. Like I could feel just kind of some tingling in my body. I could feel like tightness in my shoulders and tightness in my back. And then my head was starting to feel like it was swollen. Like things were starting to happen. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's a panic attack. That's a full-fledged panic attack. And that is gradual, by the way. That's not even all at once. It was just one of those things where things started to happen, and it was in the middle of our session, and I was trying to keep my composure. And I don't think most people don't even realize when I'm in panic mode, because it doesn't even look like panic. To most people, it actually looks like, oh, he's just tired, or he's just really quiet and reserved. And that's honestly just what happens to me. I stop talking, or I get closed up, or I fight through it somehow. And by the time it was let's see, I think it was by the time it was the fourth session, which is when we get to like the second hour, or close to the end of the second hour, I was starting to feel a little bit of relief, just a little bit. And then just to hear like Eric, like he went and done something. I was talking earlier today about oh, I don't know what just happened. I was talking earlier today about this new thing that I'm trying to roll out for this week, and actually for the foreseeable future, is setting up well, I've already set up a Venmo account per my business. I've already had it for a while, and I thought it would be kind of cool to see if we can get people who are part of this community, if they ever wanted to donate, whether it's a small amount or a large amount, it doesn't matter, and no pressure. Nobody has to like donate any money at all to be here, because at the end of the day, and I hope you guys know me, by now, I've said this quite a few times, the thing I care about the most is connectedness with you, being able to connect with you, getting to know who you are. I have a terrible memory, but I for one know that I work hard trying to connect with people, and so that to me matters more than anything else. And which is why I love the hashtag that we've kind of developed together, is Pax Familia. I love that. You know what Pax actually stands for? It actually is Latin for peace. And it's so funny because a man who deals with panic attack disorder, maybe that is exactly why I have that name. It's a reminder of the kind of peace that doesn't really come from anything else, but maybe from at least what my belief is. I have a belief in God, and he's the only one who can give me peace. So working through that, he never promises that it's going to be easy, but that he'll be with me through it. So, and I love the love and support that you guys give me. It gives me encouragement. It lifts me up. It lifts my spirits up. And so there's going to be days where I'm going to have these moments where I'm in panic attack, mode, or anxiety or depression or whatever, because those are things that come up for me. So my question for you guys is, I wonder what things you deal with, and hopefully that when you come here, that you feel like there's some sort of sense of relief, that there's some sort of way for you to connect, whether you're alone in a pandemic, by the way, whether you feel alone or whether you feel tired and sick, or anxious about something, but you don't even realize it because you're always working and working and working. This should be a community in which we support one another. And I love how Eric posed it to me earlier in a message, and I'm not going to go too far into detail of what that message is, but essentially he was saying, always here for you. Let's figure out a way to connect with each other and support each other as much as possible. Essentially, there's more verbatim in, there's more to that message, but ultimately, like, this needs to be a community in which we're encouraging each other. So sorry if I get long-winded, guys, because today is just a very different day. So I hope you understand, and I hope I'm not like freaking you guys out, because this is supposed to be like a channel for focus and productivity, but also for rest and relaxation. So hopefully you feel that you can do that when you're here as well. Thank you, guys. I like the flex. I like the flex. That's so good. Yeah, Eric. It's yeah, panic attacks are relentless. I mean, there was a time in my early 20s where I had panic attacks, but they only lasted like 20 minutes tops. Well, maybe there was one that lasted like 45 minutes. So I'm older now. I'm 35 and haven't had panic attacks for like the last 5 years, something like that. 4 or 5, give or take. And then once the pandemic hit, I started to see gradually I was kind of going back into that. So these attacks have been relentless, and they've been stronger, and that you would think is extremely concerning. But actually, in the time that I've gone from my 20s to my 30s, I also went to counseling to get therapy counseling because I think it's really important to talk about these things, to talk about mental health, to talk about without the, there being a stigma, of like, oh, well, we shouldn't be talking about that stuff. And no, we should. We should not only talk about it, but acknowledge people who have it and care for those people who have it. So all that to say is, again, thank you so much for the love and support. You guys have been phenomenal, and I don't know what else to say other than thank you. Like, yeah, Atlas, it's not good, right? But hopefully you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from, maybe, and hopefully that it gives you some sort of sense of, I don't know, relatable conflict. Like, you're not the only ones who go through this alone, It's so vicious that you can give yourself a panic attack thinking about having a panic attack. Exactly. Yeah, it's a vicious thing. It's a vicious cycle. Yeah. I definitely understand it too. Oh my gosh, but I mean, Ryan, like, in your profession, I can't even imagine what you do. I mean, I can't even. My wife has them, and they can come on days after a stressful situation. Yeah, there's stuff that, like, if you're like me, I bottle things up. I don't talk about stuff, and then it's too late. You know what I mean? Like, it's too late. You get to a place then where it's like, whew, you either get upset about something, you get frustrated, you get sad about something, and then it just all of a sudden, blah, it comes out, and then it leads into those moments of, like, I notice for me at least, when I encounter myself getting angry about something or frustrated or sad, then the following days or following weeks, I start to see myself, like, go into the panic mode, and it's because I don't talk about stuff, and it's important to talk about stuff. I had this person on my podcast by the name of Cher Kretz, and I think most of you, if not all, know who that is. And she's a school counselor. She was also a college professor, and she said on the podcast, because of the question I posed to her, so what do you think is the one thing that parents are struggling with the most during this pandemic, and like what's the one thing that you've seen that is the most troubling thing? And she said, you know what, the most troubling thing is not necessary. Like, the most troubling thing is that the lack of contact that we're hearing from parents or from students. The fact that we're not hearing anything is alarming, because, here she is as a school counselor, always walking out life with people, and then to not hear a thing, that's scary. So I think all that to say is that I think it's important that people understand that it's important to talk about these things, and not always in this type of platform either. Like, you don't it's not like you have to be public about these things unless you feel comfortable doing that, but talk to someone who you feel comfortable with. You'd be surprised how accepting how accepting they are, and how much they care about you and support you. So all that to say is, if you need to talk to someone, it's important that you reach out to people, and especially I'm a huge advocate for reaching out to especially counselors, like therapists, people who can help you think through any major things and issues that you are facing. So don't do it alone, is what I'm saying. Yep, we will face tests and trials, and you can't have a testimony with a test. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Yeah. Sometimes without thinking, sometimes I actually just kind of spill out the beans. And then there's other times, like I mentioned, where I'm just like closed off and I don't say anything. So it's always a tug of war. These are the moments that we are beyond quarantine. Yeah, we are #Pax Familia. That's cool. Thanks, Aaron. Or Quora fam. Whichever you prefer. Atlas, me too. I try to keep it in and not noticeable, and it just makes it worse. Yep. It's and that's why I say it's important to talk to someone. If you feel like things are getting worse, talk to someone. Don't do it by yourself. That's one thing that I struggle with, to be honest. Like my sister, she's the one who says, like, hey, you got stuff going on, right? Like, you got stuff in your mind, right? You got to talk about it. You have to talk about it, because otherwise it leads you into a place where you're like this, you feel like you have nowhere to run. So it's important to talk about whatever struggles you may be going through. I love the new camera setup, by the way. Thank you. Yeah, I have this, it's just very different. But yeah, I kind of like it too. We're here, and I'm very similar to you in a lot of ways, Pax. So I feel the bottled up anxiety, and that mixes to become all sorts of emotions. Yeah. Band of brothers. I like that. Wow, I haven't heard that expression in a very long time. Well said. Yeah. Sorry, guys. It's one of those things where, like I mentioned, it's, for any newcomers who may be like, coming onto this channel and are kind of like, okay, I thought this was a study session, sorry if I made it more of a soapbox thing and, or just a platform where I can just kind of, but at the end of the day, I personally feel like this is the perfect group to talk these things about, with. And like I said, there's going to be days where I'm on and I'm fine. There's going to be other days where I'm like, whew, today's hard, And I think we all can agree that we all have those days. So, I will tell you this, the music's helping. Linus is helping. That's another thing I noticed. Like sometimes, like Linus gives me anxiety sometimes because of how like playful he is, and he wants to play with me. He wants to play. He wants to, just be with me really. And then every now and then he'll notice then that I'm not doing so well, so he just like sits down, he relaxes, he's totally chill, and then finally when I've like come out of any sort of panic mode, then he's like there just licking me all over the place. And it does make you feel better, it's great to, that's why I mentioned this before. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Everybody needs a Linus in their life. It's your life and it's you. You being yourself, highs and lows, is why we're here. We support you through it all. Thank you. That's awesome, guys. I appreciate it. I really do. Um, so, like I mentioned, this is I've been talking, and I'm not gonna apologize anymore. So, because you guys have said don't apologize, so I won't apologize. So, technically speaking, right, we should be in the second session of the Pomodoro technique. So feel free to still talk in the chat. I'll talk with you guys in the chat. Normally I don't, but today's different, so I'll do that. And with the 9 minutes left, let's just chill and listen to some music. Hopefully you feel like you can still get some work done. If that's something you want to do, I would encourage you to do that if you feel you want to do that. However, if you want to also rest and relax and just listen to the music, then do what I'm doing. Just relax for a little bit, you know? I feel like everybody's always go, 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 and I think that's... You guys have heard of FOMO, right? Yeah. So, anyways, I'm going to stop talking. Hey everybody, we're back. This is supposed to be the actual legit break time. So Andrew, just to address kind of what you had mentioned in the chat, it's a good question actually. So like the question being, if you had a dog who has major issues and can't walk on their own, would you let them suffer and make them live just to make yourself feel better, or put them to sleep not to suffer anymore? Quality on, yeah. So I don't know if you're looking for any input or dialogue, but just kind of what I'm seeing in that is that I was pretty much in that mindset of, so I had, before I had Linus, I had a Cocker Spaniel, and we named her Cinnamon, but in Spanish. So if there's any Spanish speakers out there, you know that her name is Canela. I had her for 14 years. She was with me for a very long time, and she suffered from grand mal seizures, and she also had stomach cancer towards the end of her life. So I didn't want her to suffer any longer. The rest of my family didn't want her to suffer, but we were kind of hoping, because we were suffering. So if that makes sense. Like, I'm not saying that this is right or not, but I'm just saying that I think for me in that situation, I was extending it so that I could feel better, and that, that's not. It's kind of hard to say, but that kind of is wrong if you feel like that is cruelty to the animal and you want to, not have them suffer any longer, So after about, we went to the vet, found out that she had all these issues, and she had a grand mal seizure right before we got to the vet, and it was like one of those things where it was how do I put it, surreal. It was just surreal for me it was, at least, and we took her back home with us because we wanted to see if she could fight through it somehow, and she couldn't. It just got to the point where we knew that it was better to, unfortunately, put her down, because we didn't want her to suffer any longer. But but we did take her home, and I think we had her for just one more day. And she wasn't doing well any longer. So unfortunately, we did put her down. But I would say to that is that it's kind of hard to understand sometimes why people do stuff, especially if they're your family. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's tricky. It's you care for your family, but you also care for the life of an animal, and you want to end their suffering, essentially. So it's just tricky, and I hear what you're saying, and you're in a tough spot, I think, right now, because of that. So if I may, good vibes or whatever, but I'll pray over your situation with what's happening, and as a matter of fact, I'll write it down just so that it's part of the people I pray for, and just kind of like the situation that you're in with your family. It's not easy, and thank you for just putting that out there, because most people wouldn't do that in the chat. So thank you, Andrew, for doing that and letting us know what's going on. Okay, so this is actually supposed to be like the third session. But I don't know if you guys want to still talk about some stuff. I would love to. If not, I'll stop talking and I'll just keep the music playing, and we can always interact in the chat as well. So Aurelie says, I'm trying to lean more into stillness and stoicism, and also currently getting rid of a lot of things to be minimalist, and that takes time. I agree. That does take time. It takes time to, it's funny. You kind of look in my room, right? It's my little studio room. And there's a lot of money in here. There's a lot of money in here. A lot of investment, a lot of tears and sweat and blood and whatever. It's not even in that order, but a lot goes into doing what we want, but I think there's something wonderful about being minimalist and not relying on the materialistic things in life. I think it's a sort of cleansing, I guess. Yeah, something like that. Like it's a good thing, and it's okay to start getting rid of stuff, I personally, like, I remember that before I acquired this whole setup, I had that same mindset of, like, I wonder how minimalist I can be with, like, the things that I possess and own, because those things tend to, like, I guess, put more anxiety, because you feel like you gotta, I don't know, work on something, do something, and I don't know. That's something that I was just kind of thinking about right now, and it does take time, Aurelie. It does. Totally agree. Yeah. Yeah. You got it, bruh. Bruh. I'm down to keep chilling. It's definitely turning out to be a bit of a tough day for sure. Yeah. And it's just Monday. Isn't that crazy? It's just Monday, folks. It's just another manic Monday. Sorry. That. You're right. I'm just not going to do that ever again. Yes, the idea is to make room for what you love. Keep what really matters. Love your setup. Thank you. I appreciate that. And yes, I do agree with you. to make room for what you love. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie. there's money in here. And I don't mean that in a bragging way at all. I mean that as in, man, I really should have really thought this through. You know, there's just a lot of investment that goes into it. I will say this on a positive note. Not one thing is never used in my room. Like, you know, I have all this, you know, equipment that's always being used. I have all this other like instruments that's always being used. So it's kind of nice knowing that I'm using it, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's a lot. I think that also, you know what? And I just thought of it. I think sometimes the accumulation of things just adds to the anxiety and panic. So that's probably why I went into panic mode, is because, oh, I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do this. I need to do that. And yeah, that can flare it up. That can make you panic. That can make you depressed or anxious. So maybe you might need to do some cleansing, some cleaning, you know? I need to get back in the habit of doing, I had started to become more of a minimalist. Hashtag Manic Monday. Yeah. Which band is that again? I shouldn't have said that. The Bangles. No, wait. Yeah. Walk Like an Egyptian. Yeah. The Bangles. It's got to be the Bangles. If it's not, you guys can correct me. That's for sure. I have acquired so much in the last few years, and luckily, if I use half of it, I need to get myself back to doing things more or let it go. Yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying the music as well. I know Linus is out. He is out to lunch. Wait, actually that expression doesn't really fit. Out to lunch would be like not there. So that's not the right expression. He's gone to the world. Is that it? I don't know. I don't know, folks. It's been a long day. Yes, the Bengals. Nice. Good. And I just realized my program is working like super hard for some reason, and I don't know if there's any lag time for you guys, but my computer seems to be having issues. So again, just as a reminder, we're in study session number 3. So we're still within the 25 minutes of the Pomodoro technique. Yeah, he's zoned out. Bengals. Yeah. Thanks, Ryan. That's I don't know about you guys. Have you ever seen those 80s, like, you know, the old infomercials that they played like super late at night? I think it was more in the States than anything. I don't think it was anywhere overseas, like you know, in Europe or Asia or anything like that. They would play these infomercials of like old 80s, like classic 80s, like the Police or REO Speedwagon, stuff like that. So the Bengals, the Walk Like an Egyptian, was part of that like commercial. So that's the only reason why I was remembering, the music, because I'm not a huge Bengals fan. I didn't really listen to them growing up. The Police, on the other hand, it's literally like the Police, but the Police and Sting, they're like probably my favorite. Or, yeah, probably. Okay, good. So I think it's just on my end where my computer's just acting up a little bit. Still do on late night shows. Still do on late night shows. What do you mean? I'm sorry, I'm not following that one. Was about to sneeze. I hate when that happens. I had it like here, and I thought I was gonna sneeze. That's why I even did it away, COVID style. The elbow, which I don't know if you guys have been watching this. There's emojis in the chat. I thought one of those emojis was like a dab, but apparently it's the elbow, or it's like a cough in the elbow. I don't know. I thought it was a dab. Oh, on the infomercials. Yeah, gotcha. Oh, so it's still on? Huh. It's not a dab. I thought it was a dab, but apparently it's not. If you look at the emoji, I think it says elbow cough. I'm not even joking. If you go to your emojis right now, where the chat is, highlight or hover over the guy who's doing the dab, and it says, like in that section, it says elbow cough. Who knew? It's crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna keep playing some music for you guys. Again, thank you so much for being here and for this. Wait. Can you guys hear me? so you guys can hear me, because I can't hear myself for whatever reason. But as long as you guys can hear me, that's all that matters. I think it has something to do with my computer, though. I don't think it's Ecamm or the Rodecaster, or maybe it is. Okay, well, if you guys can hear me, that's fine. I can't hear myself, but I can hear the music, but I can't hear myself. So it must be something. Probably the communication between the Rodecaster and the computer. Something about that, you know. But okay, cool. You guys can hear me. Great. So I do plan on being here. Tomorrow at 9:50 in the morning, a.m. I think for the afternoon I won't be live streaming, it's not one of the normal times that I live stream anyways. So if you're not able to make the morning session tomorrow morning at 9:50 Pacific time in the morning, I would invite you to come back Wednesday early in the morning at 9:50, and then later that night at 4:50 p.m. Cool. Loud and clear. Gotcha. Yeah, so I would invite you guys back tomorrow if you can make it at 9:50 in the morning Pacific daytime. If you can't make it, that's okay. You can always catch the replay, hashtag Pax replay, or you can also just meet up with us on Wednesday morning at 9:50 in the morning, and then also at 4:50 p.m. Pacific daytime on Wednesday. Yeah. Can you guys hear me? Okay. So I can't hear myself still. Okay, good. You guys can hear me. That's good. I can't hear myself yet. So I don't know. I think it has something to do with just the hardware, talking with the computer. But if you guys can hear me, that's fine. So we got about a minute and a half left of our break time, and then we're going to go into our last session of the Pomodoro technique. Hopefully you guys are doing well, hanging in there. And we have, let's see. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, so I think it's just an issue with my mic for whatever reason. So what's funny is I see a signal, but I can't hear myself, but I hear the music. That's what's weird. Yeah, I still can't hear myself. But as long as you guys can hear me, that's totally good. Yeah, I don't think I have much more to say, except, again, thank you so much for being here. And like I mentioned, tomorrow we'll be here at 7, or 7. Okay, let's let's hold on for a second. I just said 7. We'll be here at 9:50 in the morning tomorrow. And if you can't make it, that's totally fine. I would love for you guys to be able to come back on Wednesday at 9:50 in the morning, and also at 4:50 p.m. in the afternoon / early evening. Cool. Thanks, Rhino Dog. Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, Andrew. Okay, cool. So we are in the last 25 minutes of our session. And here we go. Hey everybody, we're back. I hope you can hear me because I still can't hear myself. I can hear the music, but I can't hear myself. So I'm hoping that you can give me some sort of sign, like a thumbs up or something like that. Have a good night or a good day. Because I know you're further away from us, that's for sure. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Thank you, Aurelie. I hope you have a great day, because I think it's day for you. So yeah, I really hope you have a great one. And uh-oh, can't hear me? Can anybody hear me? Oh, okay. So you guys can hear me? Okay, great. Great. Simeon, I think you're new. Thank you so much for being here. We have a thing called, this is called Meanwhile Studying with Paximus. We do the Pomodoro technique. And unfortunately, we've come to the place where we're already finished with the 2 hours because we do 2-hour Pomodoro technique. We do 25 minutes of study time and then 5 minutes of break. But I would really love to invite you to come back. We call this like a hashtag Pax Familia because we definitely connect with each other. We get to know each other kind of before and after, and sometimes even in the middle. So I would love for you to come back. And you can always check out the replay of this video or any of my other videos. I've been live streaming for, gosh, I think it's been 3 weeks, three and a half weeks, something like that. And we're already on episode 34. So I've been doing this like nonstop. But yeah, I would invite you back because so we live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific daytime because I'm on the West Coast. And so I would invite you back for that. But we also live stream throughout the week. Early in the morning, it's at 9:50 a.m. Pacific daytime. And yeah, would love to have you come back and be part of the live stream experience. And then also we do a thing with the Forest app. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but just to kind of give you a clue of what we do. So we have this open when we're in the middle of a Pomodoro technique session. And if you ever use the Forest app, there's no pressure, but if you ever want to use it and you're part of it, I'd love to add you as part of it. And for everyone else, thank you so much for being here and for just your ongoing support. I mean, today was different, obviously, and I usually have more lights and everything like that, but I felt like today I needed to be kind of real with everybody of what's going on. My hope is tomorrow is a brand new day. I actually have a plan to share with you like a little mug of Linus. Well, it's not exactly of him, which is my dog Linus, but I plan on sharing one of my mugs of the actual character Linus that has like a nice caption in it. So I would love for you to come back tomorrow morning at 9:50 to see that caption. And Simeon, if you want, I can add you into the Forest group or the Forest app now, so that you're part of one of my friends in the Forest app, so that when we do have our live stream either tomorrow, if you're not able to make tomorrow, you can also meet up with us on either Monday, Wednesday, or Friday at 4:50 p.m. I do live stream. Lately, I've been live streaming early in the morning every day at 9:50 a.m. because I'm working on a master thesis. So I have like about 3 weeks left, and then I have to turn it in. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, if you want, I can add you to that. And I would love for you to also consider subscribing and hitting the like button and the notification bell, because that really does allow you to kind of just know whenever I go live, and you get the alerts that, hey, I'm either going live or I have other segments on my channel that are dedicated to education. So hopefully you can also check those out and see something that you might like and appreciate. Yeah, so my hope is that you guys can still hear me, and I think you can. And then another thing I do is I play music in the background. Sometimes it's very relaxed, it's very chill, but there's another segment that I do as part of this one. Actually, it's called Meanwhile Studying with Paximus, the Night Edition. For those of you who are in the chat right now, you probably you might like the Night Edition quite a bit. It seems to, I feel like it's gaining popularity. So that is where I play a little bit more upbeat, like retro 80s, not always, but retro 80s music. And then sometimes I switch it up to like more ambient sounds, like forest or rain, or just like outdoors type of thing. Hey Simeon, thank you so much for subscribing. That's awesome. I'm gonna give you one of these. If you can hear that, great. If not, I apologize, because I'm having issues with my tech setup. Usually my tech is a lot better working and all that stuff, but if you could hear that, great. If not, I apologize. But what we like to do is anybody that subscribes to our channel, and yeah, you heard me right, subscribes to our channel, because it's not mine, it's ours. So welcome to the hashtag Pax Familia. Oh, you're just starting your master's also. Downloading the Forest app now. Awesome. I would love to know more about what you're working on and what kind of yeah, that's great. That's awesome. Oh, you heard it. Great. That's good. So it must be just in my ears for whatever reason. I'm glad you heard it. Great. Yeah, so I would love to hear more about your masters and what you're working on, what you're topic is. It's great to have you join in on the fun. So, Rhino Dog says, "Bruh, I love it." In case you're not aware of that, that's like a thing where we do that as kind of like a hello versus what "bruh" would probably mean to most people. So, yeah. So, Simeon, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But yeah, Simeon, as soon as you have it downloaded, let me know, and I can even send you an invite. At least I think so. Okay, so it's a master's in user experience design and IT architecture. Classes start today. Wow. Yes, you are pronouncing it well. Wonderful. That's awesome. Wow, that's awesome. That's great. I'm glad that you are pursuing your master's. I think that's a great thing. I'm a huge advocate for education. I think it's important to to be a lifelong learner. I don't think you ever want to ever stop learning. So, congratulations on going in for your master's and IT and architecture. That's crazy. That's awesome. That's great. Oh, and I think what I can do is put in my email address because you can probably find me that way, or let's see. Okay, well, what I'll do is I'll just put in my email address because it's my contact info anyways. So I'll just do that and see if you can find me on the Forest app. Because for whatever reason, I'm struggling to find how to send that to you. There you go. Hey, I appreciate that. Thanks, Andrew. I appreciate that. Oh, my t-shirt. Yeah, my t-shirt. Yeah, it's it's pretty cool. I'm a huge fan of DC Talk. Always have been, always will be. Yeah, I love DC Talk. Good times. If you guys have never heard of DC Talk, highly recommend them. I think you'd be shocked to know how influential this band is. I call them a band because, you know, they're all musicians in their own right. Okay. So even though I'm having tech issues, I'm so glad that you guys are able to hear me right now and to hear the music and all that. So that's good. And Simeon, if you want, I don't know if you were able to put in my email address. I think you might still be downloading the app, actually. So I can wait just to make sure that you're in there. And then hopefully you'll be able to come back either tomorrow, or if not tomorrow morning, I'll be here Wednesday morning at 9:50 or at 4:50 p.m. Pacific time on Wednesday. And actually, I tend to play music that's more jazz on Wednesdays. On Tuesdays, I think I try and make it a little bit more upbeat because, well, it's a Tuesday. I think statistically, I could be wrong. So anybody, feel free to push back on this. But I think I read somewhere on some sort of scholarly journal that statistically Tuesdays are the busiest day of the week. I thought that was kind of interesting. But again, I could be wrong. And just to kind of give you a little glimpse of what we play on Wednesday mornings. So sometimes we switch it up between modern jazz, traditional jazz, and pop-infused jazz. So we switch it up every now and then. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was on Tuesdays, because Mondays always seem to drag on or be the low point of the week. You know what? And for a lot of people, Mondays are usually kind of the lower point of the week. I've always felt that for me, Wednesdays was never a low point. They especially in education, I was always told that that teachers like, oh, we just got to get over, the Wednesday, but I don't know. I always felt like Monday was the issue. Monday was the issue. Wednesday, I was fine, because I was already into the week and enjoyed it. Where do you get those tracks from? Oh, good question. Hey, so Ryan, I get this from epidemicsound.com. epidemicsound.com, and if you follow the link that's in the description below, if you've never tried it before, I highly recommend it. Epidemic Sound is by far my favorite, because you can pick from just a huge collection of music. Just to let you know, if you do click on my on my link in the description, and it gives you a 14-day free trial, and if you choose to actually subscribe to epidemicsound.com, it does support me. I get a little bit of a kickback for that, so just as a heads up. But yeah, I highly recommend epidemicsound.com. They're fantastic, and the experience I've had with them is the moment that you clear it on YouTube. Let's say that you have a track that you play throughout one of your videos, and then it gets flagged for whatever reason. When you or not even contact, but when you go into YouTube to clear it, it's, I think in my experience, I think it was either that same night that I wanted it cleared or the very next morning where it was already done for me. And the guarantee, I don't know this for sure, but the guarantee from Epidemic Sound is that once it's cleared forever. So it's basically yours as long as you continue holding on to the subscription, as far as I know. Yeah. So I highly recommend Epidemic Sound. And if anything, I would even try the 14-day trial for sure, just to give it a shot. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm liking the jazz feel already. I hope everybody's enjoying their night so far. And if you're not from the United States and you're from other places in the world, I hope you're enjoying your day. Most likely it might be daytime. Actually, it would be, let's see, if it's 7:38. So yeah, like early in the morning. Yep, love the jazz band. Oh, okay, I gotcha. All right, Simeon, I got you. You're good to go now. We have you in the group and you're all set. It's 4:39 p.m. here. Oh, added you on the app. Oh, great. Thank you. So 4:39 p.m. Where exactly, if you don't mind me asking, where are you from? Or where are you located right now? And 10:40 p.m. Yeah, so you're on the East Coast, right, Andrew? Michigan? Yeah, Michigan. Remember, guys, I have a bad memory, but I'll always remember faces. And usually sometimes, especially if it's like, you know, in close contact, you know, I tend to remember more, so. I mean, like face-to-face contact. Sweden. Awesome. That's so cool. That's awesome. I love that. Well, I'm so glad that you're part of this. Oh, 4:39 a.m. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I was like, Maybe I'm not very good with my numbers. Yeah, no, but that makes sense. Yeah. Yep, the Great Lakes State. Oh, I was right, Michigan. Hey, look, Ma, I can remember things. Cool, guys. Okay, so I think I'm gonna call it a night for tonight. Before I actually get going, one more thing. I was asked if I would consider putting together a live stream where it plays music on a loop. And I thought about that, and I thought, yeah, that would be good. And I think I can do that. But I think I'm still also trying to figure out the schedule, which I think we've solidified the schedule, you know, more or less. But I also want to make sure that putting a like a live loop, you know, I need to know more about it. I need to research how many hours am I allowed to do that, where I'm not on camera and it's a live loop of, let's say, some graphics that I put up or something like that. I don't know. I feel like I need to do some more research to do that first. So, and I noticed that there were a couple people who asked if I would consider that, you know, when I'm not live streaming, if I would, you know, like during our normal time, if I would consider doing a live stream of, like, let's say 12 hours or even 24 hours until our next live stream. So it's something that I'm still thinking through and considering. But so anyways, I'm going to call it a night. And I want to thank you so much for being here, for listening to me talk and ramble a little bit today. Today was very different, and I cannot thank you enough for your kindness and for your sincerity and for your love and support. And Simeon, it's great to have you part of the group. It's awesome that you subscribed, and welcome to #PaxFamilia. I really hope that you come back as often as possible. We do the Pomodoro technique for at least 2 hours, and sometimes we do extend it a little bit longer, just depending on how everybody feels. And at the end of the day, I tell everybody this, but at the end of the day, I care more about connecting with you and interacting with you and getting to know who you are, because really I think that's what it's all about. So anyways, guys, I'm just in awe of this community, and so thankful that we're all here together. So yeah, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and a wonderful morning wherever you may be. And I hope to see you at 9:50 a.m. tomorrow morning, Tuesday tomorrow morning, on Meanwhile Studying with Paximus. Hope you have a great night, and remember, be kind and rewind. I'll see you later.